Welcome back. It is September 13th,
What's up, guys?
2023. What's up, guys? September 13th, 2023. Um, this week we got old Jackie Boy with us. Might have Cade, probably not. He's probably asleep.
Won't have cake.
Because that boy works on East Coast time. That boy is on the coast. So yeah, we won't have him this week. We'll see. My schedule's kind of crazy. As y'all can see, Orange Walls, am a Gator fan. Not was a Gator fan. Am a Gator fan. Got the blue, orange, and a random green line in there. I was like 15. No, 13. I don't know. Um, but I was of
Yeah,
age.
proud of getting smacked by Utah.
Yeah, golly. Hey, at least we bounced back and we beat McNeese and we're a bad beat last week.
That's
Yeah.
rough.
Oh, I mean, it was
State.
Florida by 49 and a half last week. Or
Uh,
no, No, I think it was 48 and a half. Florida's up 49 to nothing with 2 minutes left. McNeese's offense has done zilch all game. Florida fumbles on like the 12-yard line. So, of course, McNeese is going to punch it in. And there goes your cover.
some of them had money on the game. That'll never come out.
Oh, dude. Okay. So, SVP does his bad beats weekly.
Uh-huh.
Um, there was the most horrendous beat I've ever seen. And I'll send it to you on Twitter. Um,
All right.
it was bad, really bad.
Who,
Um,
what, who did that consist of?
let me look real quick, actually. I don't want to tell you the wrong schools.
To fill the air, isn't what's McNeese's mascot? Are they the Cowboys or something?
I'm fairly certain they're the Cowboys.
Oh my
Fairly
god.
certain.
This guy on ESPN has the best stash I've ever seen.
Oh, it was Akron versus Morgan State.
Morgan State.
Yes. Oh my Jack, this is one of the most horrendous beats I've ever seen in my life. How do I just I'll send it to both y'all. It was, I mean, that you'll have to skip to the end. Well, I'll let you watch it after, but oh my goodness gracious, bro.
I,
That
I
was
want here my Wi-Fi
will crap out on
crash,
you.
crash and burn.
Okay, let's see. What did I have in the tweets that we sent? Um, okay, so last week we were filming on a Thursday, and the ECU versus SAU game, I thought it was done and dusted. So I said, "Oh yeah, ECU won," because SAU scored with like a minute left, and I was like, "Okay, game's over. It's 17-10." They freaking got the onside kick
Oh, this was like when we were videoing last week, right?
while we were filming. They got the
Uh,
onside kick. They went down, tied it up, and then won in overtime. I I was sick. It was like 17-0 when I first turned the game on. And I was
yeah, it
like,
was.
why am I wasting my time? I turned it
Yeah.
off. Um, yeah, so apologies for any Sow fans that we have, any mule riders out there. But yeah, I mean, what a win. Yeah, talk about leaving it to the very end though. My goodness.
It's crazy.
Okay, let's Oh, what was the other thing? Okay, let's talk about some games this week. Let's talk about the D1 slate first. So we'll talk about the games from last week first. Um, I mean, nothing too crazy last week. Kansas kind of let Illinois hang around there. What's his name? The Kansas quarterback looked pretty good. Texas Bama was a nuts
But
game.
they'll Kansas will be good again if he stays healthy.
Yeah, I mean they got a legit shot to be a top 3 or 4 team in the Big 12.
I took a hard one on that sounded bad. I took a tough one on Indiana State. They covered with a field goal at the end of the game.
Yes, they did.
Or no, it wasn't a cover.
Was it an over?
It hit the over, yeah, and I had the under.
Yep. I also had that under, so I feel your pain there.
Tough.
I did not have Texas winning. Did you?
Nope.
I
No,
did not see that one coming. I definitely thought Bama would roll tide there.
yeah, drilling the old elephants.
Has Georgia given up more than a touchdown this year yet?
Uh, UT
Let's
Martin
look.
had
Yeah, they've given up 10 points. Excuse me. I'm so sorry to UT Martin. They did sneak out a touchdown there.
they're starting slow though. Granted, they're playing low level teams, so maybe that's just not the atmosphere they're looking for. But
Well,
they're
their offense hasn't looked great yet. Like they look good, but they look like game managers. They don't look like ballers in a way.
yeah, yep.
What other
Got a
game?
young quarterback though.
Yeah, same with Bama, kind of reloading on offense. They're trying to get things
I
going.
don't, I don't think they know what they want to do offensively.
No, I don't think they have an identity yet. Well, I say that they're going to run the ball until they figure it out. So I guess that's their identity.
Yeah,
Uh,
you win games like that if you're not like a little more balanced.
yeah. Baylor, did Baylor end up? I don't think they covered. I don't think
Uh,
they covered because
right,
I
it
lost.
depends got the what you got the line at. It moved a lot from 7 to 7.5 to 8.
Yeah, I think I had it. I think I might have had it at 6.5 actually. I think day of I put it in on Fliff. Shout
Uh,
out Fliff by the way. I think I had it at 6.5. That was a disaster
yeah,
because I
I,
mean they led that entire game too.
yeah. Oh,
And you want to talk about another disgusting beat? Look at this bad boy right here. That Oregon Texas Tech game.
what was that? An over under? Because
Oh, no,
Texas
no,
Tech
no.
covered by 2 points, right?
No. No, 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 no.
Oh, I bought it up a little bit.
Yeah, the spread on this one was Oregon by 4.5. I think I might have got Texas Tech at 6.5. I'm
I took
sick.
Texas Tech plus 10. I think.
But I mean, it was 4.5. Tech, oh my God, dude. Tech gets the ball back after Oregon kicks a field goal to go up, what, two, go up one? I think they went up
Mhm.
one. I think it was 31-30. And then Shuck just throws I mean, I don't, he gets hit, so I can't fully blame him, but a pick six with like a minute left, like, yeah, oh yeah, by the way. Like,
That's for all.
oh, just gross.
Yeah, it's
Um,
a take there for the old Red Raiders.
I'll tell you what, App State gave North Carolina a pretty good game last week too.
Yeah, yeah. I wish they would have beat them.
I thought that
That's
was gonna be
2 years in a row. That's been a tight game.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be upset alert. I think that's the last. They've only played a handful of times, and I think that was the last game they have scheduled for the next couple of years with them.
Really.
Yeah, from what I know, SMU Oklahoma was closer than I thought. I thought OU'd put up a lot more points
Hmm.
after what they did to Arkansas State, but who knows? Washington State, Wisconsin was a really good game too. Washington State's, I think they're pretty good.
I haven't watched them at all yet, so I can't reliably speak on that. But
I
they're
watched a
usually
little bit.
usually got a pretty good squad.
I watched a little bit of that game, and then I watched Wisconsin play Buffalo the week before. Um,
Okay.
But I think Washington State's pretty dang good. Look at your old Rebs, though. I mean, pulling away there at the end.
Oh, we looked awful in the first half and then pulled it out, but
Yeah,
first half
Tulane.
was rough.
Tulane could not finish that game to save their lives.
Yeah, no, they couldn't.
Colorado looked good again. They looked really good. I'm excited to see what they do against a bad Colorado State team this week.
Yeah, they got old college game day there.
Yeah, they do, which is crazy.
Yeah, which
No,
is
no,
wild.
I think
They're
is game
Colorado
day
State.
there or is game day going to be there next week because they play Oregon next week?
They could go to Eugene and be in Oregon next week, but they're going to Boulder this week
Gotcha.
just because there's nothing else for them to do. Like there's no other good games really.
There were a couple upsets last week. Arkansas looked terrible against Kent State.
Yeah,
Um, SIU beat NIU. That's a FCS upset there. Um, what else happened? Oh, Buffalo got beat by Fordham. That's a FCS FBS upset there.
oh, yeah, it is. I was about to say Furman, but it's a little different for Cade's pick there.
Okay, let me dive into this Akron versus Morgan State beat real quick. Morgan State is leading. They're plus 1,600 odds to win, by the way. Plus 1,600 to beat Akron. They're leading 21-17 with 3 minutes left. Akron drives down and is at like the 7 or 8 yard line. They throw a pick in the end zone with 1 minute left. They still have all three timeouts. So it's 1 minute, 9 seconds left. They use all three of their timeouts. There's exactly a minute left, and it's third down. Or I guess they had two timeouts. It's third down. Instead of running around and then taking a knee, they hand the ball off. He fumbles. They pick it up and they run it into the end zone. And that is how the Morgan State Bears lost to Akron.
That's brutal.
1,600 odds. Oh my. Like, I mean, you didn't even get a pun out of it. You fumbled and they picked it up and scored.
That's Morgan State's got to be FCS, right?
Yeah, they are. They are. I
Yeah.
think they play in that MEAC conference, which is like the
Mhm.
HBCU conference with Norfolk and all them.
Oh yeah, yeah. I see them every once in a while. Watching
Well,
some low
I'll tell
level
you,
basketball.
another one that surprised me was Rice and Houston.
Really?
Rice going to double OT and beating Houston was
Oh
kind
wow, I didn't even
of,
see that.
yeah,
Damn. After Houston came off the win over UTSA
UTS.
too.
Yeah. Yep. A good win too. Yeah. No idea. Fresno versus Eastern Washington. Again, a game that didn't Fresno go and beat Purdue week one
Hmm.
and they come out and struggle with FCS Eastern Washington? Like,
Yeah, that's rough.
what is going on around here? Auburn Cal was a good game, a tight one.
That
Uh,
one's that they stuck the line on that one. I think it was 4.5.
yeah, yeah. What does Vegas know? Okay, let's look at next week's games. This week of D1 football looks horrible. I mean, there's just I don't even know that there's games I even want to watch. Like Boston College, I think has already lost to an FCS school this year. Nope, they almost lost to Holy Cross. I
Yeah.
know because I put money on Holy Cross. Yeah, if you're putting money on Holy
Hammer,
Cross against Boston College, you're a degenerate.
Hammer Florida State on whatever the line that comes out at. They'll
Let's see
beat
what
them.
let's see what it's looking like at the moment. Florida
Last I
State
saw it was like 40,
26. You said what?
26.
26.
Yeah, I'm smoking that.
It's in BC though. Things get weird in Boston.
Nah, not when they're this bad.
They are pretty bad, dude. They are very bad. Uh Illinois, Penn State, snooze fest. Mississippi State, LSU has some potential. I don't think LSU is very good, if
I
we're
don't
being
either.
honest. I
Not
mean,
after,
it's
not
so
after
bad against.
that
Well,
national television showing they had.
someone posed the question to me yesterday because I gave him my Final Four again, and they
Mhm.
were like, "Who do you think makes it now?" And I was like, "Who's going to challenge Florida State?"
Oh, I've got Texas, Florida State, Georgia, and Michigan. And then if one of those slips up, Alabama could get back in, I think. But
I don't think the Big Ten teams are that good. You saw what happened with Ohio
I
State
don't
beating
either. But
Indiana.
but one of them's going to go undefeated, and then they're going to have to put them in.
Yep, I agree. I agree. Yeah,
But
I
yeah, this is a year when we get an ACC team in Florida State and then a Big 12 team in Texas back in. I think
yeah, I think we'll
if
get some good parity this year. I
hold
think
on,
Texas looks pretty dang good, man.
yeah, if
Um,
anybody that goes into Tuscaloosa and wins is a force to be reckoned with.
yeah, even if they don't know their or even if it's a new QB situation, that's a massive win.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, I'm not. There's no good games this week. It's a lot of FCS versus FBS, which I mean, that breeds potential.
yeah,
Uh, if Spencer Rattler pulls his head out of his rear, I think South Carolina could give Georgia a game, but it'll be for the first half. It won't be anything.
yeah.
I don't think anything special happens there. That would be nuts if that did happen, though.
South Carolina's at least like seen a decent opponent this year, which Georgia hasn't, but that
That's
won't
true.
change much. Really.
That's true. South Carolina came out and had a big game against North Carolina to start the year.
Yeah.
Um, Not a ton else on the slate. How about A&M being horrible? Like when
So
does Jimbo get the axe, bro?
I love it.
I mean, yeah, it's just gross. Let's not even I'll say it, but we're not going to get into it. But that boy Mel Tucker at Michigan State has problems.
I don't even know the whole story. I
Problems.
know it was some domestic or some
It
sexual harassment type thing. But
it was, yeah, that might be something I have to talk to you about off off the pod. He's just, oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll talk about that after. Which, I mean, it sucks too because it takes away from the fact that they have a chance to play a good Washington team at home and maybe
yeah,
even pull off an upset there. Um,
hmm
Florida, Tennessee, I don't think that's a game. I think Tennessee rolls. Um, Louisiana Tech, North Texas could be fun. I think that could have some points scored in it.
yeah.
Um, Man, I'm not seeing a ton else. I
Watch
wonder
Wyoming. Watch
what
Wyoming go to Austin to beat Texas. That'd be
oh my
hilarious.
God, dude, Wyoming would have to be ranked, right? To beat Texas Tech and Texas.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let
That
me
I don't think it'll happen, but that'd be funny.
that okay, this Arkansas State team is horrible. Let me see the line for this game real quick. No
Coach Joe
line yet.
start crying again.
They probably won't have a line till like the day of because it's an FCS school.
Yeah.
I'd I might have to sprinkle Stony Brook in some parlays this weekend. Hawaii at Oregon should be a whooping. We got the battle in New Mexico. D1 battle in New Mexico. New Mexico State at New Mexico. That one's probably a relatively close game as well. New Mexico by 1.5. I might back the Lobos there actually.
The desert rivalry.
I think maybe a little parlay of Stony Brook, New Mexico, and who else? What's the spread in the Georgia game? 27 and a half.
Oh, I was gonna say 20.
That's
Just off a guess, but
that's a SEC matchup. That's a big number.
yeah, that's huge
Oh,
for an SEC game.
okay. Well, maybe I'll just go Florida State, New Mexico, and and Stony Brook this week and see how the lay rides. We'll report back to you next Wednesday. Kansas at Nevada. Things get weird. You said what?
I said, see how the fliff money goes.
Yeah. Yeah. See how the fake money that we can turn into real money looks like. I think I think TCU at Houston could be a tight game too.
Yeah.
I don't think either of those teams are great. I think the state of Texas is honestly having a down year, and Texas just happened to have an up year. So
Mm, yep.
unlucky
They're back.
there. Okay, let's flip over to D2 real quick. So okay. So last Thursday, like we said, there were games going on. Charleston beat the crap out of Concord. SAU fans, I'm sorry. I had no idea that that game was still going on or that y'all had a snowball's chance of winning that game. I mean, you just don't expect the onside kick to ever work out. So 24-17 there for SAU. Pitt State took it to Hayes. That game was pretty tight at halftime, but Pitt State ended up pulling away.
Ooh,
Um,
I see a D2 upset on Friday.
yeah, there were a couple of them. Oh, let's get to this. So the Mars Hill game, I know you were talking about that guy that you follow on Instagram was there. So we actually got
Yeah.
to see an upset. So Mars Hill ended up beating Wingate.
Oh wow.
Um, Northwest Missouri got beat by Emporia. I something's off with Northwest this year. They played Missouri Southern tight first game, which I don't think Missouri Southern is bad considering they
hmm
beat Washburn 30-23. But
Yeah.
something seems a little off there. They don't get beat very often, and they got beat by 20 at Emporia. And if I'm not mistaken, let me check real quick. Uh, Emporia State had not beaten Northwest Missouri State since 1994.
Yeah, I saw that somewhere.
So 29 straight losses in the series, and they go on to beat them by 20 on Friday or on Thursday. So big win for Emporia. And I imagine they jumped in the standings. We'll check those here in a little bit as well. So big win there.
Emporia went up from 15 to 11.
That's pretty daggone good. Is Northwest Missouri behind them at least?
Yeah, they went from 5 to 13.
Good. Deserved. Deserved. Missouri Southern, you know, um, not the same Missouri Southern that I'm used to. They're playing some good ball. Washburn is a Washburn has been notorious for a middle of the pack MIAA team, and for
Uh,
Missouri Southern to go to Washburn and beat them, that's kind of impressive. Fairmont State beat West Liberty, and then West Virginia State beat UNC Pembroke. So those were all the Thursday games. We'll check the Friday games real quick. It looks like
what I'm talking about. Barton
Barton
beat.
beat Davidson. Is Davidson in that FCS conference that doesn't do athletic scholarships though? With like Drake and all them. Drake,
Probably. So.
Jacksonville.
That's who they play in basketball all the time.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if they do athletic scholarships. Granted, they're still FCS. They have the funding and stuff, but they just don't have the athletics money. So good win for Barton though.
Dang.
That's a nice little pickup there.
Yeah.
We'll look at the Saturday games. So Alabama A&M beat Lane. Miles beat Alabama State, another FCS upset there, or a D2 FCS upset. Valdosta played Albany State really close. Maybe Valdosta's not great this year.
Nah, they've fallen off a little ways uh since our days.
Yeah. American International beat Franklin Pierce. Colorado Mines with a massive, massive win over Angelo State, 31-21. That Mines team has played two top 10 teams this year already and beat both of
They're,
them.
they're
One at
number two.
home and then one away. And it's tough. It's
Oh, they
tough to go out to Angelo and get a win out in San Angelo. So good for them. Arizona Christian beat Fort Lewis. So that's an NAIA upset there.
who Arizona Christians in AA. Yeah.
Yep. Arkansas Tech loses to Southern Naz.
Dude, they had it on lock early in the game. It was like 14-0, and then I turned it back on and they were down by 7
Listen,
late.
this dude Gage Porter has been in college for what, 15 years now? I mean, hot damn, man. How are you still that massive? I mean, dude's got a gut, but he's still running away from people.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give him his
How
credit
old
and
is
everything. But it's just I hate it so much. It's so gross. Every time he would get tackled, bro, he'd stand up and do the too small type thing. I'm like, dude, you're not doing that versus Watchtower. You're not doing that versus Harding. Like,
no.
like, come on now. Come on now. You might run for 200 yards against Arkansas Tech, and that's probably going to make you an All-American because you did that. But like, let's take a break. You still have to play Northwest Oklahoma and Southwest Oklahoma. Like, we get it. You got some cupcakes in there, but dang,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. You threw 3 picks against Harding, so there's your humbling. Yeah. No, let me get off my high horse. He was not. Yeah. Never mind. Elk City's finest. We'll leave it at that.
It doesn't touch.
Monticello beat Southwest Oklahoma pretty handily. With that, we'll also make a note that every school in the state, every D2 school in the state of Arkansas is 2-0, except for Arkansas Tech, who's 0-2.
Except for the Wonder Boys.
The Wonder Boys. Ashland comes back. And I think, yeah, Ashland was the one who played IUP week 1 and ended up losing in a close one. They give Ferris State a pretty good game. Ferris State's #1 team in the country, so it can't be too shabby. But that's a tight one there. Good, another top 25
Oh
matchup.
wow. Yeah. They kept it close.
Yeah, very. Bentley lost to New Haven 14-13. That must have been like watching paint dry. 14-13. That's a lot of. If you're a defensive fan, go ahead and watch New Haven versus Bentley's game.
Oh my gosh, dude. The Gage Porter kid graduated high school in 2017. He's a year older than me. And this upcoming year would have been this is his 7th year.
Put that in perspective. I graduated in 2016, and this is my second season of not playing ball. So kind
Yeah.
of close,
I
I
would have
guess.
if I would have played again this year, I would have been a 6th year.
Well,
So
I
he's
mean, well, what are they just handing out medicals now? You don't have to apply for them; you just give them out.
probably
Bethune
time to
Cook
get a job.
beats. You said what?
The time to get a job.
Time to move on, dude. I just imagine he catches on somewhere. Like, I would be sick if he catches on somewhere and the little quarterback from Oklahoma Baptist doesn't. I will throw up.
Like, at, not at quarterback. He could try to play like fullback or tight end or
Man's the
defense.
D2
But
Taysom Hill.
yeah, not he's quarterback anyway.
Bethune Cookman beat Savannah State. Emory and Henry beat Bluefield State. Kutztown lost to California, which is in Pennsylvania. Clever one there, guys. Catawba beat Livingston. Central Missouri kind of took it to Central Oklahoma. Montana Tech with the surprise win over Central Washington. Dang, Central Washington struggling to start the year. Augustana beat Chadron. Um, Delta took it to Chowan. I know you said that was your game that you thought would have a ton of points in it. 42-18 is pretty good. That's a good size whooping.
In the Delta State game.
Yeah, you said because you thought Chowan lost last week by like 50, I think.
Oh, I might have just thought that Delta State would score a million points on them. Who
Yeah.
was the team that got beat like 96-0?
Oh, that was Texas College. Texas College actually played UCA last week and lost like 56-2.
No, there was a D2 game last week that we looked at. It was 96-0.
It was
Who was that?
UTPB beat Texas College. Texas College is
Uh,
NAIA.
yeah.
So whooping. Bloomsburg beat
Right.
Clarion 21-7. Poor Monica couldn't get his first win there this year.
Couldn't pull it out.
Fort Valley beat Clark Atlanta. Davenport beat Bowie. Dayton beat Central State. East Tennessee State shut out Carson Newman.
Oh,
Shepherd beat Edinboro. Benedict beat Edward Waters. And then Lenore Ryan beat Fayetteville State. Millersville beat Gannon.
look at their logo. Look at Gannon's logo. What the heck is that guy doing?
You know what's actually crazy is my buddy from high school, shout out Hans Berwitz, went to Gannon and played D2 basketball. I don't know
Oh,
what the
really?
mascot is, but it looks hilarious.
Of Knight-esque
Let's click
figure.
on let's click on Gannon. What is they're the Golden Knights.
Uh, GU.
Go Gannon, baby. Oh, where are we? Okay, we had another top 25 matchup.
Pueblo.
Pueblo versus Grand Valley. So Grand Valley ends up winning. Looks like they got to
Holy.
double overtime, so you got to go for two there. That's a ton of points in that game. Holy track meet.
Yeah, if they got to what they got to double overtime.
Yeah, so they had to go for two.
Uh, is it the second overtime you have to go for two or the third?
I think it's this. I'm fairly certain they changed it, so it has to be the second overtime now.
Really?
So 57-49 there. Really good win for Grand Valley. Pueblo looked really good. I think they beat Kingsville last week. I can't remember, but that's a good win for Valley.
Yeah.
Harding took it to Oklahoma Baptist. We all knew that was going to happen. Um, Howard beat Morehouse pretty good. IUP loses to East Stroudsburg 13-12. Again,
Oh,
talk about
IU.
watching paint dry. I severely hope there were not 4 field goals kicked by IUP.
They only fell 10 slots. They're number 22 now. IUP.
I mean, that's a big drop. That's a lot of slots for D2 football.
They should be out.
After a
After
loss to
that,
East Stroudsburg. Is East Stroudsburg any good? Let's look. Yeah, I mean, East Stroudsburg's no slouch. They beat Pace 62-0 and then beat IUP 13-12. So good for them. Good win for them. What just happened? Why are we doing this, computer?
oh,
Act right or don't get to act at all. There's IUP. Okay, so Walsh beat John C. Smith. I need to figure out an acronym for them because I don't want to say Johnson C. Smith every week.
just, just,
just just uh Tuskegee beat Kentucky State. Westdow beat Limestone. Missouri Western, rightfully so, beat Lincoln. Lincoln's bottom dweller of the
yeah.
NYAA. Sioux Falls, good win against University of Mary. Good size win against University of Mary. West Florida didn't give up 3 points to McKendree. Mercyhurst beat Lock Haven. Michigan Tech beat Hillsdale. Mississippi College played a tough one against Midwestern State and ended up losing 30-17. So tough one there, but Midwestern State's tough, and they had to go to Wichita Falls. That's a long way for them.
That's a hike.
So I wonder if they flew.
Doubt it. Highly doubt it.
Mm, mm. Minnesota State beat Wayne State 31-14. MSU Moorhead beat Minot. Nebraska Kearney put up 31 on Northeast and beat them 31-17. New Mexico Highlands pulls out the win against Western New Mexico in one of the many battles for New Mexico in D2 football. North Greenville beat Newberry 24-14. Lake Erie beat Northern Michigan 24-21. Duluth beat Northern State 41-21. Again, maybe I was too high on Northern State after week one, but oh my good lord. Notre Dame beat West Virginia Wesleyan 87-9. Oh
Damn.
my dear heavens. That is, I mean, at least they scored. Texas College did not score against UTPB,
But own
but
them.
wait, that is oh my
Oh my
goodness.
god.
Um Ohio Dominican beat Winston-Salem. Ouachita Baptist, they don't score points like that, but 66-0.
That's making a statement right there. Getting a little
Holy, mm,
rank score.
I I'm tempted to go find the box score of that game. Oh my goodness. Uh Finley beat Pace 40-25. Lincoln PA beat Post 48-32. Oh my gosh. Quincy committed assault and beat Madonna 89-0. Uh that's oh my gosh. Oh, stick to singing, Madonna. Oh my goodness gracious.
Madonna.
Saginaw Valley beat Northwood 31-8. Tiffin beat
That
St.
they
Anselm.
they got it in the rankings. Saginaw. They're 25th now, I think.
I think they're in that GLVC too. So that's a stout conference up there.
The two teams that crept into the rankings are Saginaw and Assumption.
Assumption got into nice. Tiffin beat St. Anselm 42-7. Colorado Mesa with the FCS upset. They beat San Diego 28-21. If I'm not mistaken, that is the same game where that offensive lineman threw for a touchdown pass.
Yep, yep, I saw that.
He picked up the fumble, and I don't know how that's legal, but hey, yeah,
Yeah,
anything works. So number 72 or whatever he is from let me look and see what actually number he is so I can give him credit.
I guess if no, I think if nobody like else ever possessed the ball before he did, it's legal.
Number 68 for Colorado Mesa with the passing touchdown. That's hey, good for you, bud.
Got to
Good.
be one ever to
That's
have a
that's
pass.
some that's some stuff that offensive linemen dream about.
Yeah, it's like an unrealistic.
Seton Hill beat Shippensburg 28-23. Virginia Union beat Shaw 26-13. Shorter beat Erskine. I'm gonna struggle with it every week. 28-7. Slippery Rock, the old Slippery Rocks, beat Westchester 29-24. Henderson State came back on Southeast and won 38-28. That was a tight one there in the old Durant. Assumption beat Southern Connecticut 42-29. And Black Hills beat Southwest Baptist 39-33. Bemidji ended up beating Southwest Minnesota 14. Elizabeth City beat St. Augustine's 13-0. Eastern New Mexico beat Sul Ross 51-12. Kingsville with a big upset against West Georgia in Kingsville too, 20-17. So another good win for Kingsville. Did they lose week one? Am I crazy? They beat Colorado Mesa week one. So hey, I would not be surprised to see Kingsville in the rankings soon. I
Yeah,
mean, those are two pretty good, pretty solid wins. Like a Mesa team that just beat an FCS team, and then West Georgia, who was ranked 18th. So
yeah.
good little season starting up for Kingsville there.
West
Thomas,
Georgia's Division One
yeah, they are. That was that announced last week or this past week?
this past week. Yeah,
Yeah, so West Georgia is going to be going to Division One in all their sports. So congrats to them. Do we remember what conference? Is it the A-Sun?
I think so.
So they'll be in
But
that conference with Kennesaw, UCA, and all them, North
yeah,
Al.
Yeah.
So good for them. That's big time. I mean, anytime a D2 school goes D1, that's I mean that's life-changing money for those athletes because
Yeah.
you're on full scholarship now. You're not on partials.
Hmm.
So Thomas
Would
More
you like
beat
to put
TCU
the,
Wise.
some box score information about the Washita Northwest game?
Oh, yes, sir. Please hit me with that.
Washita had 311 rushing yards to Northwest's 20
They played an entire 60-minute game and had 20 rushing yards.
rushing yards on 35 attempts.
Oh my gosh, that's not even a yard an attempt. Oh
Yeah,
no.
0.6 yards per rush.
Oh, oh.
Washita also threw for 250, and Northwest threw for 56.
You're telling you're telling me Northwest Oklahoma had 76 total yards
Yeah. Yep.
in 60
70,
minutes.
76 to 561.
I knew that box score would be crazy, but I didn't think it would be that crazy. That's a hate crime. That's
Yeah, that's
disgusting.
terrible. Uh, Washita only punted once,
How many interceptions did Northwest throw?
too.
That's
Uh,
it?
wait.
Oh my
They
gosh.
lost two fumbles.
So 4 turnovers?
I don't know. I can't find interceptions.
It should be
Uh
next to the passes and completions.
oh, two. Yeah.
So 4 total turnovers and 76 yards later, 66-0 is what happens.
I mean, they must have gone 3-and-out every single drive. They only threw the ball 18 times and they only ran it 35.
God.
Literally, they had to have gone 3 and what's that? You were in the whole game, you were in like 52 plays, 53 plays.
Check the time of possession.
27 minutes to 32 minutes. Washington just must have been like scoring immediately and then giving the ball back and then 3-and-out.
Oh, that's just oh, that's gross, bro. That's so bad.
Yeah,
76 yards of offense.
that's terrible. I feel bad for them.
Mm. Gage Porter did that on one run.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Truman State beat South Dakota Mines. Upper Iowa beat St. Ambrose. Virginia State beat Tusculum. Wayne State in Michigan beat Missouri S&T. West Texas beat Adams State. Western Colorado beat UTPB. That's a good win for Western Colorado. Tough loss there for UTPB. Western Oregon beat Lincoln, California. Frostburg beat Wheeling. Kentucky Wesleyan beat William Jewell. And Winona State beat Concordia St. Paul. So that is your wrap up from last week's games. Let's take a look at this Saturday's game, see if there's anything jumping out at us. Shepherd's playing California, PA. Let's see who else is playing. That looks like a good matchup.
Any ranked on ranks here?
That's what I'm looking for. Trying to
Who's
see.
that next week?
Assumption's playing Grand Valley.
That should be Grand Valley probably pull that one out, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. That top 25 matchup though, and Assumption's fresh into the rankings. So
Who's Tech got next?
let's take ourselves a little look see. Missouri Southern against Kearney should be a really good game. Pitt State against UCM. Adams State should get rolled by Colorado Mines. IUP plays Shippensburg. That's always a tight game for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. Southwest Baptist plays UTPB. UTPB's got to fly for that, right?
UTPB.
They're going to Southwest Baptist, which is in Missouri, and UTPB is in
Oh yeah.
West Texas. Bemidji plays Winona. Minnesota State plays Minot State. Should be a rolling there as well.
Oh, Arkansas Tech has Henderson. Well, this
Yes, that is correct.
these rankings have Henderson at 23rd. So I guess there's a couple different
Different polls.
ranking systems.
I just like doing D2 football, loyal to them. They
Yeah.
uh they do a good job with their website and they keep up with the games too. They care. And they
Yeah.
have all these links too for all the games so you can watch the games, check all the stats. So that's another
Really.
shout out D2 football. Shout out to y'all. Um Colorado State Pueblo's got Western Colorado. That should be a pretty good game. Miles plays old PV. Got a chance for a FCS upset there. Mars Hill coming off an upset gets to play against Catawba. West Florida gets to go play Florida A&M. I wouldn't be surprised if West Florida kind of runs away with that one. Who knows though? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not giving Florida A&M enough credit.
I think Florida A&M is in the FCS rankings now.
Are they actually?
I think they're like 25th or something in the FCS rankings.
Hmm. That might be a pretty good game then.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one.
No other games really jumping out at the moment. Oh, Mississippi Valley State gets to play Delta State. So the Delta Devils are going to play against the Fighting Okra.
I could definitely see Delta State beating them, being honest.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. And it's at, how are they playing a home game? It's at Delta State.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How about that? Uh, Harding against Monticello has the potential to be interesting. I don't
Yeah.
think Monticello's defense will do anything, but Demylin on an offense can always
How old
make
is
things surprising.
he's got to be old too, right?
Yeah, this is probably his. This has got to be his last year, right? Him and Gage. Jesus, just leave,
Yeah. Florida
leave.
A&M 24th.
Okay, that's not too bad, honestly.
Yep.
That'll be a good matchup. So number 6 in D2 against number 24 in FCS. Washburn should get a good chance to bounce back against Lincoln. North Greenville gets West Al, so kind of pulling for North Greenville after their horrible loss to Charleston Southern. Just so tough. Northern State might be able to get off the hook there against Mary. Finally get a win there. They're 0-2 against two pretty dang good teams. Nas gets to go to
Oh,
Northwest Oklahoma. So
oh,
that
now,
means that Gage Porter's going to rush for 400 yards this week.
yeah.
Dude, that is horrible. Nas had to go to Tech last week, and now they have to go to Alva. That's just brutal.
From back-to-back tough travel there.
Mm. Washita Baptist plays at home against Southern Arkansas. You know what? I'm not ruling Southern Arkansas out of any game ever again.
Nope, you
They
can't.
could be down. They could be down 30, and they're still in the game to me.
They'll get 6 consecutive onside kicks.
Bastards. Like, golly, made me look stupid. East Central gets a chance to avenge that loss and play against Southwest Oklahoma. I mean, those Western directional schools in Oklahoma are just not very good this year. Not very good. Valdosta gets a chance to bounce back against Kaiser. The old Kaiser. Montetoni.
Montetone.
Montetoni. I think Kaiser won last week as well, too. So I'd imagine they're still ranked in the NAIA rankings.
DeMylin's only a senior.
Regular senior?
Yeah, his first year was 2019.
Dang. Oh, that's right. He was playing as a freshman.
Yeah,
Northwest Missouri goes to Fort Hays. That could be a trap game there. That's as bad as Northwest has started the year.
yeah.
West Georgia goes to Mississippi College after a loss. I think your old what are y'all, the Braves?
The Choctaws.
I think the Choctaws could be in for a rude awakening.
Yeah, they'll be there for their revenge game.
You know what? This is going to be my game of the week. This is the game I'm going to watch. Ferris State at Montana.
Ooh, that'll be good.
That is the number one team in D2. And I want to say Montana's ranked in the FCS rankings, aren't they?
Tied for 11th.
That's fascinating. I think that game and the West Florida game could be very interesting games.
Yep. That's a cool game. I
You
like
know what? Thank God there's not a good D1 game this week because now I can watch some D2 football.
that. Fun.
Southeastern Oklahoma goes to Oklahoma Baptist. For some reason, that game's always a close game. I have no idea why, but the talent, I mean, Southeast is more talented, but
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. Midwestern State goes to West Texas, so it looks like those guys down there are starting their conference games. Kingsville plays at Western New Mexico, and then Angelo State gets to go to Central Washington. That's a long way. That's a flight.
Yep.
No way you're not flying from San Angelo to Central Washington.
Yeah. If you'd have to leave on Wednesday.
Oof. Oof, oof, oof.
Toughy.
You got anything else, Jackie boy? I'm gonna stop sharing my screen real quick.
Not on the top of my head right now.
You got anything fun going on?
Going to old Oxford this weekend to see my Rebs whoop up on the Yellow Jackets. But
Yeah.
old Brave, look at the Braves clinching the NL East.
Dude, you know what? The Rangers I think we just swept Toronto.
Oh,
So us
could make
sweeping Toronto. We did just lose Scherzer for the rest of the year and the playoffs. So thanks, Max. Really appreciate that.
figures. We're about to be entering one of the best phases of the year right here, sports wise.
Football and fall baseball. Oh,
Playoff baseball, football every weekend. Can't beat it with a stick.
oh my goodness. I mean, a Tuesday night wild card game, and then you get to roll into a Thursday night MAC game. Come
Mm.
on. Come on. A bettor's dream.
I still remember sitting in the in study hall at MC watching the World Series and stuff.
Oh, it's
It's always
just and it's like and it's so nice too because it's weeknights. So you have your
yeah.
weekend still for football. And then
Mm-hmm.
weekend when they do have like night games, they'll
Yeah.
schedule the football schedule like around it in a way too. So it's it's just fun.
Especially once it gets like
Yep. Yep. Good time of the year. Tough year for your Redbirds there.
shut up.
Are the Cubs gonna make the playoffs? Am I crazy or are they a wild card team?
They're sitting around that third wild card spot, I think.
That'd be kind of nuts for them to make the. Okay, funny story. Their little center fielder. Did you see this?
Mm-mm.
So Henry Rowan Gardner's mom in rookie of the year,
Uh,
is that what it is? Henry Rowan Gardner's mom is that guy's actual mom.
no way.
I swear, I couldn't make it up if I
What are
tried.
the odds?
No,
Insane.
what are the odds he's playing for the Cubs of all teams?
Yeah. Wow.
Cool story
Ironic.
here. Same time next week. We'll do Wednesday again.
Yep. Hopefully we can get our third man here.
Yeah, and I'll take a little bit of blame because I was kind of lazy on the communication mixed with I'm all over the place with travel, but we'll hammer it down this weekend and make sure we got everything taken care of.
We'll get it done.
Yes, sir. Well, that is episode 3. We appreciate y'all listening. We will catch you back next Wednesday for episode 4. Y'all have a blessed week and go watch some football.